So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. My name, of course, is Stephen Reese. We're here until 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday, and we have the police on this morning in the form of Acting Sergeant Greenwich. He will be joining us on several issues. We will try to accommodate as many calls as possible in this first segment. So, remember it's Wednesday. We got Pastor John in the second hour. So in between, behind the badge, and Pastor John will try to maneuver ourselves to be interactive with you, okay? Good morning to regional viewers and everybody watching us internationally. We get things started right away. Front page of the paper this morning, deadly collision. This accident caused hours of traffic yesterday. Needless to say that the hours of traffic that people would have had to go through is secondary to the loss of lives that occurred here. I think the bus driver and the passenger lost their lives in this accident. Police admin plagued by electrical problems. So that's the other headline. We'll get into it one time. We ain't sticking. Now, I'll come back to the deadly collision. I'm coming back to that. Let me just get through the others. The current situation with the police administration building Sackville Street, Port of Spain, may come as a shock to many, but to Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara, it has been an issue that has been persisting for some time. The Commissioner, a day after electrical issues triggered the fire alarms at the building, causing flooding that destroyed significant files, took to a voice note on August 19 to say that the Police Administration building has long been plagued with electrical issues. And you can read further on that article, okay? Then we have St. James residents protest garbage pile up. Yeah, not just in St. James, but my garbage has been sitting on my wall since Sunday. I don't know what happened to the garbage collection. All of a sudden, the trucks are passing. Now, it used to happen, they were on this schedule in the past, where they would pick up garbage like, I think 3 times in a week and that kind of thing, certain days now. But then, because the contractors, I understood at that time, the garbage collection was contracted. Of course, somebody get the contract, everybody get a contract for everything, and some of those contractors weren't paid. And hence the reason why we had these issues. So I don't know if that's the same issue here, especially with the government, having a lot of things, frozen right now. But I see here the St. James residents. This was Alfred Richard Street in St. James. They put the garbage in the road, like lined off, blocking the road. So if vehicles trying to pass, they can't pass. Right? That's not a bad way to protest at all, You know what I mean? So I don't know what is the issue, but it's also happening in Woodbrook. Right? Councillor for St. James West, Imran Khan, told Newsday trucks would normally pass on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, that has not been the case. He said the residents in the area were informed by the Superintendent of Transport that there would be a reduction in service because some of the garbage trucks were down. Oh. All right, so then it have nothing to do with payment or anything like that. Some of the trucks are down. But then the residents, what are they saying here? They're saying it's been 5 weeks now and not one of the authorities has put a handle on this. So what do we do? 5 weeks now? It's been a few days by me, I could tell you that. 29-year-old dead after collision with maxi taxi. A 29-year-old man is dead after he drove his car into a head-on collision with a 25-seater maxi on the southern main road in Canopia on August 19th. Police said Jamie Morton was driving south in a grey Toyota Aqua near Warren Road, Warrenville, when he overtook a small green van maxi, then collided with the maxi taxi. Lord Father. Widow of Well Services employee focuses on family and waits for closure. NACTA says it's too early to judge UNC performance. Well, obviously, we needed NACTA to tell us that. Traffic restrictions in Port of Spain for pan and powder parade. And like I said, there will be the closure of or restricted parking along some streets in the capital city to accommodate the annual Pan Trinbago Pan and Powder Parade. The event will take place on August 20th from 5 p.m. starting at City Hall, Knox Street. So that's today. All right? And then, of course, you had the Pan on the Avenue, Independence. Well, I wouldn't be here. But Independence Night is at the Pan on the Avenue. And the government, you know, people are looking at social media. And some people are really ridiculous in this country, you know. You would swear that the Independence Day parade has never been cancelled before. You would swear. Basically, this is what happens when you have a state of emergency, but things still remain normal. So it's not a state of emergency with curfew restrictions and that kind of thing, right? So people are moving around freely. So from that aspect, in your mind, you're telling yourself, well, everything normal. But if it was a state of emergency with a curfew implemented, right? And they come and they tell you, well, look, there will be no Independence Day parade because of so. You know, you'd hear less chatter because you're under curfew. But because of the way it is, that you still have the freedom to move and things like that, and then, well, the opposition making the noise too. But you would swear, and you know, Errol Fabian, big up Errol this morning. Errol, what's going on, my brother? Errol made a huge point on social media about this Independence Day parade. He said he's all for the parade, but he said, I don't understand it. All this military thing, and where's that? And he said, you know, he would really like to see the parade become something where we are showcasing our culture. So in other words, for me, how I was thinking, like Errol was saying, like all of these local manufacturers, we should have them coming down in a parade on floats. You understand? And probably giving out product and thing for people on the side of the road and all kind of thing. And then you have the steel bands, the steel pan and them, the national instrument represented coming down the road too, instead of this whole military thing. So, he said a lot more, but I don't big him up on that because to me, that would be a far better parade than what we have. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe it's something to think about. Maybe it will reach the ear of the government and maybe they will fine-tune it next year. All right? But for now, I don't know what the big fuss is. Oh God, nobody ain't telling all you can't do anything, you know. All you could go ahead and do what all you want. It's just the parade cancelled. That's all. You have Pan on the Avenue. You could do what you want during the course of the day, Independence Day. You could do what you want. You understand? Hilaire fails to reach settlement over central bank firing. DPP insists there are no delays in Dana Sital murder case. Well, boy, if there are no delays in that case, and Sital get gone down since 2014, and we 11 years down the road, well, if this is the speed of the justice system, Law Association concerned about Waterfront Judicial Center. Ex-AG says national approach needed to stand your ground consultations. And those are some of the headlines in the paper. All right, I ain't going further than that because we want to get back to the initial story this morning, take some calls on that. Remember that we have Behind the Badge coming up because I'm also going to talk to Greenwich about this accident, this deadly collision that took place on the highway. And I'm telling you, it caused significant traffic. It was, you know, for hours upon hours upon hours, which brings in crisis management, the police training, and then you have to question to what really causing the traffic, if it's the accident or the macro traffic. Right? Because it could have been macro traffic going on because everybody wants to be a reporter these days. okay, because of social media and phones and Wi-Fi and everything and wherever. So a tragic road accident on the Solomon Huchoy Highway claimed the lives of 2 people, a bus driver employed with the PTSC and a female passenger, causing a massive traffic pileup on August 19. The incident occurred around 8:30 a.m. along the southbound lane in Freeport. Bus driver Munsaf Khan, age 49, and Roxanne Phillip, a security guard employed with SWAT Estate Police Company Limited, died at the scene. The coach bus had departed Citygate in Port of Spain and was en route to the King's Wharf terminal in San Fernando. According to a preliminary report, the driver of a truck pulled out from the highway shoulder and Khan tried to avoid hitting the truck. However, both vehicles collided. Philip was thrown from the bus upon impact, and Khan was pinned inside the bus. Fire officers from the Couva Fire Station used jaws of life to retrieve the bodies from the wreckage. 23 passengers, as well as the truck driver, were evacuated and taken to the hospital. Some passengers climbed out of the bus through windows and down ladders to safety. Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Eli Zakur and Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander visited the crash site and offered condolences. Alexander expressed concern over how families often learn about such tragedies through social media, saying that we are hoping it was done in a responsible way to inform members of the family. That is my biggest concern, he said. He commended the police officers who, while passing the scene, acted swiftly to help evacuate passengers. All right? Zakur also extended his deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones of those affected by the tragedy, and he also received a preliminary report from the PTSC and first responders at the scene. And in a statement later in the afternoon from his ministry and on behalf of the Homeland Security Ministry, Zakur expressed gratitude to first responders and emergency services whose swift action safeguarded the well-being of other passengers on board the bus. His ministry also urged all road users to exercise the utmost care and responsibility on the country's road network. All right, and the article goes on and speaks a little further, but these were the scenes yesterday just outside Freeport on the southbound lane of the Solomon Huchoy Highway, where this accident took place. I understand it was horrible. It backed up traffic. Somebody told me they were in traffic from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. About 3 hours of traffic, just gridlock traffic everywhere you go. Which brings a little thing into the conversation as well, as it relates to our ability to manage a crisis, right? I mean, I understand, well, they had to pull the bus out and, look, it was a horror movie. And I could imagine for the passengers of the bus as well. It's not every day that you see a bus, right, in an accident, okay? I just want to take some calls. We're 17 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. Let me just take some calls here before we take the break and we get to Greenwich, because we'll find out a little more from Greenwich when we touch base with him. But for those of you who may have been on the road yesterday during the time that this incident occurred, maybe you could give us a little insight as to how bad the traffic pileup was, because of this incident. I understand it was hours of gridlock traffic. And I think that, we really, the protective services and emergency responders, they have to, I don't know the kind of training they have in crisis management as it relates to something like this happening, and then them managing the situation in terms of the roads and so on and so forth, right? So that there is a steady flow. And then citizens too have to be aware that, listen, I understand, everybody like to macro, Everybody like to macro and pull out the phone and record something when they see something happen. But it causes a freeze on the road in terms of traffic. So, there's a lot of little things in this. But this was a horrible accident yesterday. I tell you, this accident, people were monitoring this throughout the course of the day all over social media. 327-7400. I have, we got about 7 minutes that we're going to accommodate some calls. So we're going to do so right now. Wait, are you connected? Let's see. Yeah. Right. Let us connect up here. Yeah, it was connected, man. Right? So you can give us your thoughts. That's not this thing. Connecting. Why it connecting so long? Alright, that's on. I mean, that's, right. All right, nice. We're good to go. Okay. All right. Yep. Hello, good morning.
Hi, pleasant good morning, Mr. Reese and Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man.
Both the Minister of Transport and the Minister of Homeland Security were present together at the scene of the accident, right?
Yeah.
Why we have so much emergency bays along the highway? Why permission and coordination couldn't have happened to open these emergency bays and have the highway on a two-way, the northbound on a two-way situation,
Right.
where it will have traffic, but it will have a flow.
Right.
You understand?
And this
That
is
is what should have been done in that situation. And both of them were present there. Nobody used their head there. That was just a PR stunt as far as I am concerned.
Yeah, because
that's my opinion. Okay?
all right,
Have a nice day.
No problem, man. And this is my thing. When things like this happen, we must have the ability to manage the crisis while focused on the crisis itself. We have to understand that there are other things around that are going on around. People have their daily business to go about. So we have to manage, you have to manage that situation as well. And it isn't the first time that we fail at crisis management. And that's happening for the longest while now, as if we never prepared for it. Morning. Yeah, morning. All right, next call. Yeah, because I ain't had time to stick this morning. As you stick, that's it. Morning.
Yes, sir. Morning. How are you?
Go ahead, man.
Well, I watching somebody pop footage on Facebook where they videotape the driver slump over the front of the bus, over the steering wheel.
I saw that, but we're not going to show that.
Yeah, understand? Yeah, because I know something to show. But these buses and them, I see in the past people showing rain falling hard and them in a bus with an umbrella open.
With a what?
Because with the umbrella open because the bus leaking from Grandy.
You serious?
Yeah, is the bus that joining the center? What is it called them again? Yeah, the bus, the articulated bus.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the rain falling hard and people in Grandy and almost everybody have umbrella open inside the bus. But then again, they need to try and keep up with maintenance and with these vehicles because I mean.
No, I don't think it was a maintenance.
Condolences.
I don't think it was a maintenance problem. It was an accident. Somebody made a bad decision.
Yeah.
The truck driver made a bad decision to swing out from the shoulder at a time when a bus come in. So somebody wasn't paying attention. The bus driver apparently from the article is the one who was paying attention because he take evasive action to avoid a collision. However, it just couldn't be avoided.
But as I say that, sometimes it happened to me already. I swinging out to merge onto the highway and the vehicle coming up and I look in my mirror and like as them see my indicator, now they're trying to speed up on me.
Yeah. I come across that already.
That's
yeah. All right.
All right then, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's the next thing too, boy. When you're coming from the shoulder, right? On that highway, brother, you have to pay attention to it. Morning.
Efron, good morning.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
How are you? Condolences to the family.
Yeah.
I conduct investigations into accidents in my private capacity. I've dealt with several fatalities, right? And it's very unfortunate that if a truck is exiting the shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. And the bus is or the driver is coming down, there is something that may have contributed to it. What do you think it is? If somebody is exiting, that is not against the law to exit the shoulder, if he would have stopped for whatever reason. And I am hoping that speed is not a contributing factor. But you know, you drive accordingly on the highway. So very unfortunate, and this will take a really, really, you know, a really long time for. I'm sure everybody on the bus is going to claim injury and so, because people were calling and the first thing they're talking about is compensation. So if you're on the roadway, especially the highway, exercising caution. Whilst a driver is not obligated to look on the sides of the vehicle per se, but you try to drive with caution. You must drive with caution. Try not to exceed the speed limit
Yeah.
in order to that collisions doesn't happen in case something like this happen. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is my contribution.
All right.
On the highways, be careful again.
No problem.
Relative to the police headquarters, right? I am questioning the fact that, remember, national security would have been awarded billions in every budget, billions, and maintenance of the police headquarters. As I say, Guevara, welcome to the outside world,
Yeah.
because you see, everything was always going down in the building. Well, we used to glad leave up for the spin 2 o'clock and 1 o'clock and stuff, and easy. So that is it. Thank
Okay.
you. Have a good day, Stefan.
All right, no problem. Well, I want to believe that speed was a factor because, like I said, if you're doing the speed limit, if you're doing between 80 and 100, let's say, right, regardless if you're driving a bus, a maxi taxi, a truck, wherever, it gives you the opportunity to slow down, right? Or to take, to react, all right? But if you're exceeding that, if you're speeding then, you have the window of opportunity to react is slim. You understand what I'm saying? To avoid an accident happening. It's more likely that you could avoid at a slower speed. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
It's a serious situation. But I want to dig very deep on something. You might find it funny, right? Listen, it's a tragedy. I want to say condolence to the family and to all those who got injured. May they get going as fast as possible and think. But Stefan, it's a highway. It's two drivers. But mind you, is one thing, is one of my enemies, the greatest enemy I ever have, that I don't want to see across, is alcohol. Could you prove that there was any one of them was under the influence of alcohol?
No, well, oh God, 8:30 a.m. in the morning, but on a Tuesday.
But you can't trust your partner.
I didn't hear any report about that. But go ahead.
Oh God, this is okay. The caller who called previously there was making some statement. Yes, regardless, you're taking precaution. You taking precaution. Well, what about I know who under the influence of alcohol? What happened?
Yeah,
You
but I don't
understand
think
me?
that. I don't
And
think
this
this
is
is
accident.
I don't think this is a situation like that. I wouldn't put alcohol. I wouldn't put alcohol in this situation. Yeah, I think this is a simple situation of a lapse in judgment in terms of the truckman coming out from the shoulder, and I think speed does play a factor. But I wouldn't say.
Well, yes, I agree that all that speed and when judgment and something must trigger that your judgment was poor. You understand me? And this way the accident is coming.
Okay.
No, Stefan, let's have a beautiful day today, each and every one.
All right, man.
Let's God guide us. All right, have a nice day.
Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes you just make a bad decision. It doesn't have to be influenced by anything. There are just some people that, they're just wrong decision, wrong time, wrong place. Morning.
Stefan,
Yeah.
morning. Yeah, what I'm saying, right? Some people is misjudge and mistime. You see weight?
Yeah.
Remember the bus is loaded with passengers in it. You understand? It had to maneuver with weight. People is misjudge that on the road. You see a truck coming down the road, you see something coming down the road, the weight you might just pull in front of that vehicle. That vehicle might run into you. It's not because the vehicle cannot stop, but the vehicle have weight in it.
Yeah.
And then you ought to use it. You ought to use it as a driver on this road right now with people who don't care how they're driving, because on a sudden now, they say keep on your left. When you're overtaking, you proceed on your right. You understand? Now is not that. Everybody overtaking on the left-hand side. You understand? Because everybody want to drive on the fast lane.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for somebody with a bus with weight on it to actually come to a halt immediately. That cannot work out.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they have weight on it. You understand? So people are to be concerned about how they drive into, and if you're on the shoulder, watch what you're doing. Don't say that boss man, he could always stop. He is supposed to be driving. You understand? So people are taking into consideration the weight of these vehicles too, and the breaking point of them.
Yeah.
Later.
All right, man. And with that, we got to go to the first break. When we come back from that break, Acting Sergeant Greenwich is going to be with us via Zoom. Just to give you a little information before we go to the break, Asian cuisine cooking classes with Chef Shiraz. That's right, Chef Shiraz and the Culinary Academy. They have the 3-day cooking classes in Asian cuisine, Chinese, North Indian, Manchurian, Hakka, and Thai. The 3 days will be Saturday, the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th of September. You can sign up today, get registered, and you could give Chef a call on 3724639 or 7375097. All materials are provided. Also, Flow, that's right, CPL is here, and when CPL is here, no better place than Flow, right? So this cricket season, Flow keeps you in the game as the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders. You can sign up for the Everything You Need plan and win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line. Visit discoverflow.co for details. This is NLCB approved. And finally, do not forget the Keolic range of products. It's a wide range of products with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, and all are made from the aged garlic extract. You have the Keolic cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and all are proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all include the aged garlic extract formulation. Keo Green Powder Drink Mix is also available, as well as the Keodophilus Probiotics. So to pick up any one of these products in that Keolic range, you can go to a pharmacy or health store across the country, and for more information you can WhatsApp 728-0338. Time is 6:30 in Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to take our first break and then come back with Acting Sergeant Greenwich. Stay tuned.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tommy used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look, something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you will be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
The most powerful young astrologer from India, Master Sainath, will expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life-term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc. He can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +186-8316-0148. Located in all over Trinidad.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both far foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their two locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're 23 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. We got Acting Sergeant Greenwich joining us this morning behind the badge. And we're going to get straight into that topic with the accident, this accident here. Because, you know, I would imagine now the speed limit, and not only speed limit, but a point was made to me the other day about these trucks. That these trucks on the road, there's be flying past people all on the highway, all in the right lane, the middle lane, the left lane, you name the lane. Now, I know there are places where you have truck lanes that are specific to trucks and so on and so forth. But then you have a speed limit also that is required for trucks, especially those with a weight of 2,000, just over 2,000 kilograms, like 2,500 kilograms, where I think 65 is the speed limit on the highways, and then 50 kilometers is the speed limit in built-up areas, which, you know, these laws are not adhered to. Now, I want to bring him. You there? Ah, nice. Greenwich, what's up? Good morning, man.
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Ah, boy,
Pleasure to be here.
we hearing you loud and clear this morning, boy. You're crisp this morning, boy. Yes. All right.
Morning.
Greenwich, this accident that took place on the highway, I raised a few concerns. One, our emergency services ability to manage a crisis. This caused a lot of traffic. We know a lot of that is contributed by macro traffic, but still, I think that the emergency services, maybe even through the ministers, as one caller alluded to, could have given a directive to divert traffic away from that area and maybe ease up the, you know, just to create a steady flow of traffic, maybe turn the highway into a two-way or some kind of thing like that. One of the callers alluded to that. There are many ideas that could have been played with. That's the point. The other aspect of it is the speed limit as well for trucks and heavy-duty vehicles, right? Like vehicles weighing over 2,500 kilograms. They have a specific speed limit that they have to adhere to. I don't think that many truckmen do adhere to that, that the way that some of them drive on the highway. But in terms of the accident yesterday, your thoughts from a policing perspective?
And so from a policing perspective, when there's a serious RTA, road traffic accident, especially on a main artery, more so when that accident has resulted in the loss of lives and fatalities, there are procedures that has to be undertaken that would see some level of traffic, especially when that accident is in fact on a main artery, right? I'll give you an example. We, the police officers, do not have the expertise or the authority to pronounce somebody dead.
Okay, right. So DMO had to reach on the scene.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's only on the DMO's instruction that that body can be removed to the nearest facility.
Okay.
As such, one of the main challenges, of course, would be preservation of the area in which the incident took place for evidential purposes.
Right.
Right.
Because it is an accident, it has to be investigated.
Right.
So,
of course.
Yeah.
Especially the loss of life. One would want to ensure that some level of justice take place as to who may have been in breach of the laws,
right,
with regards to the accident, right? As such, wherever the body lands, it remains.
Right, it's not
so
to be moved.
You come on television and say that we could make it a two-way, we could do this, we could do that. But how feasible is that really when we have a whole scene which could stretch to from 500 meters to a kilometer to preserve?
All
to
right.
preserve. Right. Additionally, we have the components of we have a term for it, but I won't use the term. I'll be politically correct this morning. Curious onlookers.
Macro traffic, yeah.
I wouldn't say you said it, right? Who would add to the situation by wanting to record, wanting to take photos, wanting to see if they know the person before moving right along. So it's always a serious challenge for law enforcement. One, to preserve the scene, two, to ensure that persons keep the traffic flowing, right? So therein lies our challenges, right? Upon the arrival of the DMO and the person is pronounced dead, of course, there's photography, there's measurements to be taken. There's a lot more to an accident than just picking up the body and allowing traffic to continue.
Right.
Right. We have to take cognizance of all of that when we are speaking of management of the scene at that specific point in time. Right. This morning I was listening, and a lot of people had perspectives as to how they assume the accident may have occurred. Right. But of course, once we do our job well, the scene itself would paint a picture as to what would have occurred. Remember,
what would have occurred?
We usually measure brake impressions. The length of the brake impressions could give you an estimate as to whether the person was speeding or not, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Right. So at the end of the day, yes, it's an inconvenience, but more so to the family that just lost their loved ones.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So we have to take all these things into consideration before we come forward and say, well, there's no law enforcement. Of course, it's challenging, but we have a job to do, and we have to ensure that that job is done professionally and accurately.
And,
right.
What about
additionally, you spoke about the breach of the speed limit and so on. What is ironic is when an incident like this occurs, we as a society tend to want to call for more enforcement of the law. Yet, an officer who would have enforced the law 1,400 and something times was seen as oppressive.
Hold on. Don't go there, Greenwich. You go run into a brick wall.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying, Stefan, is
yes,
we have to know what we want. Is either we want full enforcement of the law to hopefully avoid situations like these, or to minimize the feasibility of situations like these, or we want officers to relax. But we cannot get the best of both worlds as a society.
I totally agree with you there. I think that when situations like this happen, we tend to raise many questions. And the if, the ands, and the buts, and the how, and the why, and the when, and the wheres, all of these things pop up, right? Everybody have it, right? And that's just human nature. It's human nature to react to situations that occur in the present. And then when the time has, when that has passed its, or seen its lifeline, when its lifeline is over, we tend to go back to the same, narratives in terms of if the police were to say, well, okay, based on this accident and what occurred here, we need to clamp down on the highways, errant drivers, speeding tickets to be issued. Then you're going to have the public saying, oh God, the police and them are not real ticket and this, that, and the other. And we have said on this program in the past, while talking to you and talking to acting ASP Pitt, that the road fatalities. I think last week I spoke to Pitt about this. Road fatalities are up, right? And part of the reason for that, or part of the way that we could, or one of the ways that we could kind of bring that or create a little decline where that number is by police presence on the road. But by police presence on the road now, it could lead to issuing of tickets, and it's going to be many tickets. And then you're going to have the public backlash on that. So I agree with you. We have to make up our mind what do we want. And not only that, we have to be responsible too when we're on the roads. Because we know the laws.
The issuing of the tickets speaks more to us in terms of our responsibility and ability to abide by the law than the actual officers issuing the tickets. Because the fact of the matter is, if there are no breaches of offenses, there will be no tickets to issue. Right. So at the end of the day, we as a society have to understand that when we get it wrong, what took place yesterday is how serious is the stakes we play at.
And it could have been worse, eh?
Right?
It could have been worse because like 20-something people on that bus, eh?
And that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, yes, we are there to enforce the law.
Yeah.
But the best way for the society to help us is by abiding by the law.
Right. Okay. Because it could have been. Listen, I don't mean. I'm not downplaying. This is the audience. I am personally not downplaying the tragedy that took place yesterday with the 2 lives lost. All I'm saying is, while we send condolences to the family of those that lost their loved one, this thing could have been 1,000 times worse. There's a bus and a truck on the highway. You could have other vehicles involved. You understand? It could have had one big smash up on the highway. You could have had the loss of multiple lives. You understand? Not only the bus, but outside the bus and all. So, I mean, look, it's been there in our face, this situation where the roads are becoming more dangerous and more dangerous because of irresponsible drivers. Right? I mean, look this morning in the paper, Greenwich. Look this morning in the paper here. Where is it? Outside of that collision, a 29-year-old is dead after a collision with a maxi taxi in Canopia while he was overtaken and collided with the maxi, and he dead. These decisions.
And this is what happens.
What's that?
These are the things that happen when we as law enforcement and, of course, our citizenry don't get it right. Right? Yeah. There was a time, I remember, a few years back, our speed limit on the highway was 80 kilometers per hour.
Yes.
And we clamored and we lobbied for the increase to 100, stating that the vehicles now are not designed really to just maximize at 80. Right? That was taken into cognizance, and we saw amendment of the law in terms of the RTA Act 4852 as amended, right? However, with this changes comes responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a victim shame. It's not to say who's at fault. I cannot say that the investigation is ongoing. Right? But the mere fact that one officer can issue such a high amount of tickets, I think our focus was on the wrong thing. It speaks more to us as a society breaking the law than him enforcing it. Right? Because if we were abiding by the law, there'll be no need for him to issue all these tickets.
Yeah. And then there's the issue of, I know people are going to say, well, the police have to do their job, more police presence on the road, but as a society, do we really want to be policed? You cannot have a police officer on every corner.
It's only when there's an unfortunate or a tragic situation like this that we appreciate what the police officers do and we ask for more. Right? There's a proverb that soldiers use, and I see it to be true every day. Soldiers are seen as a nuisance in times of peace. Right?
But heroes in
times
of
war, they are heralded as heroes.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah.
So when there's no accident and so on, oh God, the police are harassing me, them have nothing better to do. They need to go up Lavantil and look for bandits.
Right.
We all hear these statements. But when something like this occurs, all of a sudden we need more police on the highway. So what do we really want?
Yeah.
Is it that we're reactive as a society?
Yeah. And I think we should, you know, I mean, look, you're in a lose-lose battle. Yes,
But
and
we'll
you can win
continue.
some, lose some, lose more.
But we'll continue under the stewardship of our commissioner
Yeah.
to perform our duties with pride and with professionalism and with fairness.
Well, talking about that, professionalism and fairness and pride, we have a video here. Walk straight into that one, boy. We have a video with a police officer.
On cue. Right on cue.
Right on cue. You're walking to that one. So we have a police officer. This was shown on Crime Watch. Ian Allen highlighted it. It's been on social media. We're going to run the video. It's about 1 minute and 46 seconds. There's a lot to take out of it. People have raised several questions on it. Gentlemen, could you give me the police officer video, please?
Oh. Switch off the engine, please. The engine off. Switch off, take off the seatbelt and exit the vehicle. For what? No. Exit the vehicle, please. For what? Exit the vehicle, please. For what? Exit the vehicle. For what? Exit the vehicle. For what? Rest your hands on top of the vehicle, please. Why? Rest your hands on top of the vehicle. For what? Rest both hands on the vehicle, please. For what? Rest your hands on top of the vehicle, please. I look like an arm? Both hands on top of the vehicle, ma'am. Well, both hands on the vehicle. Don't touch me. Don't.
Nice. So we could just put us in a kind of little split, fellas, or between me and Greenwich. If we can get between us. Right, so Greenwich, a lot to take out there. One, the police officer had his firearm drawn. He did holster it after the lady, I guess, complied with putting her hands on the vehicle. He asked her to get out of the vehicle. She was asking, well, why? Why coming out of the vehicle? And then, as you see on the side of the road here, he takes her down to the ground in order to handcuff her or you know, or whatever. I think he was handcuffing her or whatever the case might be there. Now, I get the question of male and female. I already addressed that with people who've asked me that privately, saying that, no, you do not have to wait on a female officer, or a female officer does not have to be present during an arrest.
Yes, he can arrest. He can arrest.
Right. So he can arrest. But a female officer would have to be present for a search.
Search.
Right.
Or the assistance of a female member of the public.
Or the assistance of a female member of the public. Okay. Yeah. So you just ended the first part of the segment there on the accident with the police behaving in a performing their duties in a professional manner.
Right.
Okay. Is this a professional manner that this police officer went about his business?
Right. So there are some components that we need to take into cognizance when dealing with this matter.
Sure.
One, we do not know what would have occurred prior to the officer engaging the driver of the vehicle.
Right.
Right. So therefore, it will be difficult to make a synopsis or an assessment in terms of what threat he may have been under, why he would have been required to use that level of force, because we do not know what the situation was prior.
Okay.
So where that is concerned, I will reserve commenting because we do not have that information. However, as you are aware, and we have always indicated on this program, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has a use of force policy that in layman terms speaks of ask them, tell them, make them, once they're given lawful instructions to members of the public. Right. The other component is he is in fact a police officer in uniform, right, giving directive to a person in charge of a motor vehicle.
Right.
And therefore, under the Road Traffic, the MVNRT Act 4852 as amended, he has certain powers that she must adhere to, he being in uniform on a road.
Okay.
Right? And of course, as I said before, because we do not know the nature of what would have occurred before, anything we say after that would be deemed presumptuous. Right? We do not know what would have permitted this situation to escalate to this point. I have been in scenarios, and I'm not saying this is the case, but I have been in scenarios where you're chasing a vehicle, information is there, maybe firearms in the vehicle. When the vehicle is almost intercepted, persons run off and leave the driver. Now, is it because it's the driver alone I do not engage as though there's still a vehicle, a fireman in the vehicle?
Okay, understood.
Right, so I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying the video that we are seeing limits our ability to assess it objectively.
Okay. Yeah, because we don't know what caused the
Exactly.
Well, yeah. But is
right,
it, is
and
it,
we always tend to start the footage from points like these.
Yeah, but is
right?
it
very rare see footage that shows you what led to the climax?
Understood. I understand that. I fully agree with you there. But let me ask you something. In terms of the pulling of your firearm, drawing a firearm, what is the protocol in terms of a situation, I guess similar to this, in terms of drawing your firearm?
Right, the law is clear. There must be an imminent threat.
There must be an imminent threat.
Right, and a draw a firearm for one specific purpose and one purpose only.
Okay.
Right, that is indicated in the Firearms Act.
And the other thing, when our police stop you, I want to find out this. People have a tendency to do this, right? And a lot of times I've seen videos where they don't get a response from the police officer. So I just want to get this straight here this morning. When a police stop you and say, come out of the vehicle, right? People say, what are coming out of the vehicle? What do you want me to come out of the vehicle for? So what is the offense then? Right? That is causing you to ask me to come out of the vehicle and put my hands on my vehicle and whatever the case might be. People might say, what for? What for? And they get no response from the officers.
Right. So there are three legislations that give police officers power to treat with persons responsible for vehicles.
Okay.
Right. And the law is clear. When you are asked by under the MVNRT Act 4852 was amended, when you are asked by a police officer to you are given instruction by a police officer in uniform on any road, you have to comply with the lawful instructions of the officer. Failing to comply constitutes an offense. If the officer requests your driving documents, failing to present same constitutes an offense. Under the pre-larceny, right? The officer has the power to search vehicles under the pre-larceny Act, under the Larceny Act, as well as under the Firearms Act.
Okay.
Right? So there are several legislation that gives police officers certain powers when it comes to vehicles on the roadway. Again, because we haven't seen the beginning of what would have taken place and we do not know the nature of the situation, I think comments should be reserved. But there are specific legislations that give police officers power to treat with vehicles and drivers on the road.
So just to be clear, a police officer is not obligated to tell you why they're instructing you to come out of your vehicle.
No, but of course they are. But remember, in the initial stages, the safety of the officer and the safety of the person being engaged is of paramount importance. So before you engage, of course, they will ensure that it is safe to do so.
Okay.
And again, with limited information as to what would have led to the situation, we do not know if the officer was in fact ensuring that it was safe to engage a person at that point in time.
Because he did, once the person was out of the vehicle, he did holster his firearm.
Right, so he was just ensuring, my opinion is, again, without what happened prior, we ensuring that it is safe to engage you. I am not a threat to you, you are not a threat to me, so we could engage lawfully without incident.
Just real quickly here before we run out of time, there were 9 men. I believe it was 9. Was it 9 men that were captured yesterday?
On the 7th of August.
All right, on the 7th of August, they were in court on Monday, for firearm and ammunition charges. 9 of them, right? I just want to go through here the 9 men. I ain't going through name and thing. We just dealing with where they're from, right? And these 9 men were together.
Yes, that's one.
These 9 men were together.
Yeah,
all
two
right.
separate vehicles, I'm advised.
Good. So one is from La Romaine.
South.
St. James.
West.
Oropun Gardens.
East.
Oropun Gardens.
East.
Look at this one, look like he's still like mother milk on his face. Oropun Gardens. Aripero.
South. West. South. Yeah, southwest.
La Resource in Lavanti.
North.
Beetham Gardens.
North. Port of Spain.
And Mova.
North. East.
Right. So we practically have 9 guys here from all over Trinidad.
Except Tobago.
Except, all over Trinidad. Yeah,
Yeah,
but not
from all over Trinidad.
in our Bacchanal. Long time how I know it, they used to move with your crew from an area. Yes?
They used to move it?
Your crew from an area.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going out, if you're going out and Lime and you're in school or wherever, let me say you're school, you know, it's August holidays, wherever you go, right?
Your classmates, everybody.
Your classmates and them, all of them might be from a different area, but all of them from the same school. So you have some in common, right? Something going on in common. This is 9 men from different parts of Trinidad and Tobago. And I think it speaks to the networking of criminal organizations today. How the police dealing with that?
I'm glad you brought it up, and in my opinion, we as police officers need to find an avenue in which to network twice as hard as they are. Right now, I always say when it comes to youth, based on your offense, putting a youth into the system in remand yard, whatever the case may be, is always risky, because the prisons, unfortunately, has become the university of criminality. It is the convention center.
Yeah.
It is the expo center. It's where they meet, they network, and they put things in place for when they come out. Right now, in the case of familiarity, if I live in Oropun Gardens, for example, and I am seeing an opportunity to commit a crime in Oropun, I run the risk of being detected because I'm known.
Right.
Right now, if I am to get somebody from far to do it and we share the spoils, it makes the solvability rate a little more challenging. It makes the detection, me being detected, almost impossible. And of course, it makes the success of the illegal venture more feasible.
Right.
Right? So the reality is they are networking, right? And I thank God for the way I grew up, because most of the areas in which these young men are from are areas I would have lived or worked in, right? In fact, one of the young men from Aripero, I know his father personally, right? Yeah, because I lived in that area, right? So I'm saying to my colleagues that we need to network twice as hard to get better results.
Okay.
Right? Because the young men from the north, the east, and Port of Spain would not have been known in that San Fernando area. making the chances of whatever they were up to much more feasible for success.
Okay.
Right? So we really need to network twice as hard. Also, we have what is called the stop and search forms. We really need to utilize them more so we could identify the migratory patterns of criminals from any area in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
So it gives us a picture as to who is networking with who. Right? But the fact of the matter is, and it's for our entire society to understand, if you see someone within your community that don't look like the fitting or they look suspicious, you don't know the face, communicate with the police service, communicate with us so we could assess and see what if that person is legitimate or if they're up to no good. I think if we act proactively in situations like these, it will assist us much better than to chase the crime.
All right. All right, well, Greenwich, thanks for your time this morning, the other time. But, well, until I don't know who will be on next week, if it'll be you or Pitt, but until then, man.
My pleasure, Stefan.
No problem.
Be safe. Also, I want to say happy belated birthday to Mark Ramkisoon. He's a #1 fan of your program. He messages every time behind the badges on. He works at Price Mart in Mousica. I want to say happy belated birthday to him.
All right, nice, man. Well, Mark, but I remember sending out birthday greetings to him last week. But Mark, happy birthday again, man. Yeah, man. Cool, man.
All right.
Nice, man. Take it easy. All right, that's Acting Sergeant Greenwich on the inside. And we got to take a break. When we come back from the break, there was a little scene at a supermarket, boy. We will get to that. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys, Open Minds Education, it's very simple. Forget the stress of dropping off the children and stuff to school and picking them up, because Open Minds Education is fully online. That's right. And they got live classes from preschool to secondary. And it's not just screens. Students who take part in fun in-person hangouts and exciting events that the whole family can enjoy. If you're resitting the CSEC in January or May, June 2026, there are 3-month power prep courses, cover papers 1, 2, and 3, with expert teachers who will help you feel ready for the exam. So visit openminds.education or WhatsApp them on 388-6635. It is Open Minds Education Beyond Boundaries. And we also have SET Bio aboard. Remember that SET has the holistic health clinic, and it's very simple. It's powered by nutritional therapy. Stop managing a disease when you have the opportunity to reverse them. So call or WhatsApp him now and book your appointment. It is 279-3935 or 761-1952, and you can start rebuilding your health from the inside out naturally. This is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And we take the break. When we come back from the break, we'll take a look at that situation at the supermarket, and we'll open the phone line and take some calls. Stay tuned.
Saturday, August 30th, 2025. Get ready for the sweet sound of steel pan music as it electrifies New York City. The We at Car present the Panorama 2025 behind the Brooklyn Museum, located at number 200 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, New York, with over 8 bands competing for the title of 2025 New York Panorama Champion. This is more than bragging rights. It starts at 7 p.m. This year, you can also catch all the excitement via pay-per-view and immerse yourself with exclusive access for just $9.99 US. That gets you all of this and some. Order now at weatcarnival.org and reserve your place.
Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology. technology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Introducing Open Minds Primary School Lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're 16 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. We have the supermarket video. All right, it's not no audio. We don't want for the audio, right? But just put it up for me now because this was sent to me last night. Last night I got this in our group. We don't know which supermarket it is, but it huh? You know what is going on there? All right, so all right, there's a supermarket here. So these fellas come in. Now it is alleged, from the information I have from the group chat, is that they attempted to buy alcohol, but they're underage. So the owner of the supermarket, the guy in blue, and his wife, they tell him, look, no alcohol. No alcohol. Can't get no alcohol. I like Rastaman here in the green, you know. Rastaman come in to make he purchase there. And he buy the counter. He come to order now. While he ordering, the fella pick up his Hennessy. Now, I don't know how he could have get his hand on the Hennessy because alcohol is supposed to be locked. It's supposed to be locked, right? It's supposed to be in a secured area. But anyhow, you know the Chinese do things different. So the owner tried to take away the alcohol from the guy because he telling him, look, we can't sell you that. But I ain't lying, Chinese man go there, he ain't drop the alcohol at all. He fall and hit the ground and still hold on to that alcohol, you know. So he got his, he ended up keeping the 2 bottles of alcohol and thinking the fellas end up running away and that kind of thing. And look, Rastaman just unfazed now, boy. Rastaman standing wrong. He just, no, but I mean, look, we're going to have a raise in the age limit to alcohol. I think it's, what they're raising it to is 21. I know the marijuana is 25, right? And I think the alcohol they're proposing 21, okay? And these youth men allegedly are underage. And I know, but if I play the audio for you, hear the Chinese man tell them no alcohol, no alcohol, no alcohol. And they insist that and it's 2 bottles of Hennessy the man pick up, you know. No, but think about this, right? These are minors. They underage. But they walk in that supermarket to buy 2 bottles of Hennessy. Where they get that money from? Where they get money for 2 bottles of Hennessy? You know what a bottle of Hennessy? I don't even drink Hennessy because I can't afford that. That too is $600 a bottle? That is 70 cl? Or the liter? Or the bigger bottle? A small one that's about $600. And he pick up 2. And when Chinese man come across and he take it from him, and he was saying, no. He was saying, by buying it. Right? And you can see, well, he had money in his hand. So if these fellas underage, they go in the supermarket to pick up 2 bottles of Hennessy, where they get that money from? Where they working? And even if you have money, youths, to the young men out there, you have money. Well, I didn't want to presume where they get the money from. But all right, you have money. Alcohol, boy. Alcohol, boy. Is that nothing else? All you can do it all your money, boy. Jesus, ages, boy. All right, let me go back to the phone line and take some calls. But, there are, we were wondering, how they're going to enforce these new laws and so on and so forth. With the raising and the limit and thing. But obviously this owner, he ain't having none of it. You're underage, you can't buy no alcohol. Talk done. Huh? Yeah. if he had a firearm there, you understand? Morning. Could I escalate even worse?
Very, very good morning to you, Stefan.
Morning, man. What's up?
So I guess what the law is supposed to stipulate and what it's supposed to do is you must produce an ID when you're making purchases like alcohol and tobacco.
Correct.
And if you can't produce that, well, that is it for you. And I heard in a program before, you were saying that you went in this place in Miami and you wanted to buy a beer and they wanted ID and whatnot.
Yeah. When I went to Miami, they asked me for ID.
So while I was in the US in 2023, we were driving for Pennsylvania. So
When what?
Like a quick shop. In Pennsylvania in the US.
Yeah.
Right, so we stopped to buy gas, to put gas in the vehicle, and so I went in. They have a quick shop like right there, everything. And I wanted to buy a pack of Newport.
Right.
Stefan, March 1, I was 67. Would you believe I had to produce an ID to buy that cigarette?
Did this ask for ID?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't
I feel good
make
too.
joke with that.
I feel real good, just like you, eh?
And you know one of the reasons why they don't make joke with that? There is a unit, oh gosh, but I can't remember the name of it, right? But they will go to your place. They will send in somebody, right? Who underage to make a purchase. Just to catch you, and take away your license, to see if you'll sell the person.
That could be agents from the ATF.
Is what?
Alcohol,
ATF?
Fireman, Tobacco. That could be agents from the ATF, yeah.
Could be.
There's
That's
a set up sing operation like that. Anyway, bro, you have an enjoyable day. All the best. Be
All right,
safe.
man.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks a lot. People, we got Pastor John coming up in a little bit, but yeah, there is a unit in the US, and they will send in people to bars and thing, and they will put them there to sit down and order a drink and that kind of thing. And if you sell them without asking them the ID and that kind of thing, and what? They go to the toilet quick, they go to the restroom, they make a call, the unit come in, bam, 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 you know this person underage. Morning.
Good
and
morning.
Shut you down, yes?
You know, I'm watching this thing here on this show. You know, it's a good thing they didn't have a firearm because, you know, that is, I'm looking at the child by the door, you know. Oh, God, these people are, those are, how they say it, mommy nice boys. She proud of them, whoever the mother is. She proud of them. And the three of them there, if they know who the daddy is, they lucky.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm looking at the child by the door. It's true. They don't know who their father is. Oh, gosh. You know it. I know it. Everybody watching the show know it. So, well, let's stop pretending. These people they have no brought up. See, anywhere they go. Anyway, I wanted to say something about the US. What you was talking about there with the alcohol. Do you know, don't shake your head, it's true. You know, I was in the US and my daughter was underage. And I went into a store to buy something for her and they refused to sell it to her because they said she's supposed to be in school. But school opens over there in August.
Yeah.
But here we on holiday still.
Yeah.
I had to go and I said, no, we on holiday. They said, no, she's of school age. We cannot sell it to her. A toy, we couldn't buy it. She couldn't buy it. I had to buy it for her because she's supposed to be in school. And the lady told me, if we cash it for her, we will get in trouble. So you're right about the ID and that kind of thing. That's how it is outside.
It's very serious.
And look at, watching these people here, look at them. Mommy, you don't think Mommy watching them too? You think Mommy not watching this show? Okay, I gone.
Later. Oh, good Lord of mercy, I tell you. Let me go again, boy. Yeah, morning.
Stefan, morning, boy.
Yeah, man.
Stefan, I want to touch on something here, right? And a lot of people not going to like what I'm saying, but this is just the fact of it and it's nothing racial or discriminating. But when you talk about the nation, right, when you're on a wide variety, you talk about majority, not minority, right? Stefan, I don't know when last year passed through Crib Junction on a Saturday morning after a Friday night party and Sunday morning after a Saturday night party.
Nah, I haven't been to Crib in a while.
Boy, when you pass through, let me say you headed to Crib from, let me say, Kedona side, and you reach to the junction and you cross the party lights, is like you just pass through, I don't know, Iraq or something, and just say you get through. Right? Watch now, you move with your vehicle there, and you have to pray and just hope it have a traffic to keep your vehicle there. It have a bar club right after Bush Street on the right hand side. And again, this same what the lady touched on this. Now it is true, no brought up see, and I'll say it, and it is not a racial statement. These little black boys and these Spanish people on that junction, them 2 mornings, is real chaos, boy. Real chaos. I don't know why they're not putting a police vehicle or a police post on Crab Junction, boy.
Crab Junction.
Watch now. They're on your vehicle. They're moving with their pants halfway down the center of the road and pointing their hand with guns and dancing like you have to just pray they a bottle of thing. Look, I passed here Sunday morning. I witnessed in the space of 5 minutes. So as a group of Spanish fellas, only thing they're talking and then bam shot bottle and they start to pelt each other with bottles, start to bust up each other's face. By that bad Bush Street, some little black boys.
The Spanish, not Spanish, the Venezuelans.
The Venezuelans, right? Venezuelan Spanish.
Yeah, don't tie them up with Spanish. Spanish is Spain.
The Venezuelan Spanish.
But the Venezuelans on the whole, not all of them, but brother, when they lime in, it is happening in St. James too. They just lime till sun come up, you know. They lime in till the sun come in. They may not go home 4 in the morning, you know. They lime in, drinking, and then is after that it is be bacchanal and fight. And you know my complaint I get from people in St. James on the main road that say, boy, it's only bottle pelting and all that till 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I know. Mind you what I'm saying here, when I pass you to reach Bush Street, right, as I cross in Bush Street, now it had the next generation, our little black boys in Trinidad, you know, real terrible, real terrible.
Well,
yeah, I'm telling you, I wonder, right, like an elderly couple passing through there, let us say they go into Mount St. Benedict or something like that, pass you to go up there, is a frightening, scary thing, boy.
All right. Well, all right, no problem. I understand where you're coming. I understand where you're coming from. No problem. But I mean, I think it's a generational thing. I think it's a generational thing. I mean, we have groups of maybe you know one group more than the other, but we have groups that just you know have high levels of delinquency. I'll take this final call very quickly. Hello, good morning.
Steph, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
In the clip, you have a mouthful, right? The caller just now that said half of them probably don't know their fathers. You have to agree with her. That's the reality of the situation. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with bias, right? When Penelope Beckles take office and they were talking about the school violence, they turn and say, you know, when you look at it, it's mostly children from our supporters that you're seeing perpetuating all of this violence, right?
Right.
You don't think that speaks to the PNM and their governance? You don't think that speaks to where the problem really lies?
Of course.
Because you can't tell me all the crime, right? 99% of the crime, it being carried out by African descendants, right? The woman who say their mother's watching, some of them mothers even home to be watching. You understand? Something seriously wrong with this demographic in this country. Stefan, you seeing me, you know what my ethnicity is.
Yeah.
You understand? And it is a horrid thing. Sometimes I have to pray and cover my son and be fearful for him when he goes out there because I don't want him to be grouped with the rest of them. You understand? Because you know, as a society, we watch and tell yourself everybody's the same way. Right? But this young boy here is supposed to get an assault case. Whether they have gun or not, he assaulted the proprietor, right? And I hope they press charges, right? A lot of them not in school, they don't drop out of school. You understand? The people who hiring them, they need a serious crackdown on a lot of different areas in this country because a lot of them don't drop out already, right? You're asking yourself where they get the money from. They ain't bound to be in crime, you know. But they're doing jobs that they're not supposed to be doing because they're underage.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a lot. But Steph Combs, have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, with that, I've got to go to the break. But yeah. And I tell you what, you see when, just on a lighter note, when the youth man throw the Chinese supermarket owner to the ground, When he get back up, he grandchild Chappelle the bottle behind him, and then he said, nah, but that's $600. You know the ways. You know. I want to tell me over the weekend we played darts. We played darts now, we played 501. So he checking his corner. So every time we throw, he checking it. I say, I hope you get it right, you know. He say anytime he check bad, a Chinese has died. He say he's so good at checking that if he only check bad. So say, Lord have mercy, boy. But I mean, really good at checking it. He good with the bad side. The Chinese people are good at that too. They don't miss it. They don't miss with the with calculations and checking and that kind of thing, but they be on point, boy. But you know, I mean, big up the proprietor because he could have felt intimidated. He could have felt all kind of how, and you know, bend to the will of these youth men, but he didn't. He stood his ground. And he did the right thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but these youths, boy. And that's what we get in, you know, we get in a generation of alcohol and drugs. Alcohol and drugs. That's it. All in see about robbery. You remember the robberies when you're reading about people get robbed and thing. What is it taking? Johnny Walker and cigarettes. You know what stories we read like that? Johnny Walker and cigarettes, alcohol and cigarettes. Anyway, the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture. Remember, they are enrolling students now. They got the 1-year diploma in professional therapeutic massage, and it begins in September. So you can register now, and this is gate funded. It's registered with the Ministry of Education and also the ACTT, which is the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago. So call now, register today, and become a licensed massage therapist. For more details, you can check them out online at www.ttcollegeofmassage.com, or you could call them on 658-3907 or 496-1111. And do not forget Flow. That's right. So Flow is bringing all the vibes of CPL to you. And Flow's bringing the cricket action home. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. Flow, the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Night Riders, and this is NLCB approved. And do not forget that Chef Shiraz as well. He has the food costing, restaurant and catering operations, one-day workshop. All right, well, you know, I mean, chef doing it like cricket too. One day business. So Ramsing Plaza 1 in Chagonas, topics covered will be menu writing, cost and quality control, portion control, wastage control, shopping list creation, purchasing profit and loss, food yield testing and more. So just give chef a call. It will take place Saturday, September the 6th. You can call chef and book yourself for this particular one-day course, 3724639 or 7375097. Those are the numbers to call. Make sure and get in touch with him today. And finally, Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And of course, they offer that dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, oxygen baths, and more. Consultation services also available in knee, shoulder, back pain, arthritis, heart disease, child counseling, diabetes, etc. So you could check them out at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chagonas, or Tobago, and you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. We take a break. When we come back, Pastor John will be with us. Stay tuned.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impact. impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tommy used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
All right, people, so we're back, and we are 7:39 for the next 15 minutes. We're going to be joined with by Pastor John. We're bringing him in via Zoom. So let's go, gentlemen. Morning, Pastor. What's up?
Man, I'm doing good. Every day above earth.
I thought you say I have a beard. You say you shave?
Yeah, he shaved.
But we ain't seeing it looking like you shave, man. All right, cool, man. No problem.
Making me laugh. Yes, man. Every day above earth is a great day. If you doubt me, try missing one and see how it feels.
Nice, man.
Very, very serious. And today, before I begin, I want to say statements made about products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, care, or prevent any disease. Here's where I want to start to tell people today. Every single human being upon the face of this earth has cancer cells in the body. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And these cancer cells do not show up in the standard tests until they have been multiplied in billions. You can't see them. We are walking with them inside of you. You see, when doctors tell patients that there is no more cancer cell in their body after treatment, it just means that the tests are unable to detect the cancer because they have not reached the detectable size to detect them. So that's why it's a true statement that we all carry a certain number of damaged faulty cells, but they are usually destroyed by the strong immune system. That's what I want to talk about. If you maintain a strong immune system, the cancer cells that is in your system will never grow into what we call a disease of cancer to harm you. The immune system will always kill it. This is why when we say to people that the body heals itself, but you and I and everyone that existing upon the earth must position our bodies to do so. The majority of people have challenges with the strength of the immune system because of the air you breathe, the water you drink, water in your bath, pesticides on your fruits and vegetables, chemicals you're cleaning with, cookware you cook with. Some people are cooking in such awful cookware that the residue from the material gets into the food. Preservatives on your processed food and high overindulgence in sugar creates the problem for every human being. That is why today, if you go on my website, powerp84.com, and you will see 84 microbiome-friendly ingredients to help you restore the lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium back into your system. What does that really mean? It means that the good bacteria begin to rule your system once again. Because when the bad bacteria is ruling, it give room for any manner of disease in your body, including cancer. So therefore, when your good bacteria is ruling, it means dysbiosis cannot exist no more. The toxic in your system that create chronic inflammation no longer exists. So the blood, which contain about 75% water, is no longer contaminated. It's clean. When they talk about clean, anybody should understand the word clean, meaning that as the blood goes through the entire body, your endothelium, the lining of your red blood vessel, take charge of the entire system. There is no disease could breed in that environment. When the system is clean, when the phagocytes, the lymphocytes, the neutrophils, the macrophages, the monocytes, and the leukocytes is functioning as it should be when at birth, when you were born and given a clean bill of health. It should be strong at all times. And if it is strong at all times, you have a good defense force. You got a good military force to fight off any manner of disease, including cancer. And I always testify. I remember coming to Trinidad in 2011. I was on TV 6-7 times a day. I was so stupid. I walk with my medical report and I show it on TV. My lawyer says I cannot do it because you cannot show people a medical number, your ID number, and so on. I didn't know it was private back then. However, some people look at me like, wait a second, this guy mad. I was sick with cancer. And in that fourth stage and given 7 months to live, here I am. People telling me about a quick fix. It was not a quick fix. And it was not cheap. I got a lot of, there's people who have challenges. Some people cannot afford it. And some again may doubt it. That you go back to the garden and get the right foods to put in your body. And that's what this Power pack I talk about every day that has 84 micro-friendly ingredients. That number 1 and number 2, if you keep taking it every day, I don't want to tell it to eat bad or you might drink or whatever, but at least you're putting the right stuff in your body as you're not getting from a plate of food or from anywhere else in the world, so you can make it through better than the other guy. That's why everybody should be drinking it. Everybody in the world. That Fighter Power 1 you have and the Fighter Power 2 with all the blends, all the vegetables, all the everything is inside there. Chlorella, kale, acai berry, pomegranate, echinacea, purple carrot. All the different color foods is in those packages. So what I'm saying to everyone who could hear my voice, I am not here to tell you that you could get any quick fix. I am not even here to tell you that it's magic. It's not magic. Your blood changes every 120 days. So you have to wait. And in the case of cancer, you may have to go 9 months to a year aggressively restoring back into your system what you have originally lost that was in your system when you're born. And when you're born with lactobacillus and bifidobacterium into your system. And because it was in your system and you lose it, you have to find it back. So if there's any question for me, I would gladly answer it.
Right, so, I mean, we're talking about the product here. We're talking about putting the right things in your body.
Yes, sir.
This whole issue of pesticides, right? I
Yes.
mean, I've heard several people talk about it. The pesticides you're talking about the garden and that everything is in the garden. And I've heard other people talk about the pesticides and that's why they're kind of skeptical about using things from the garden. I even saw a guy, there was a video that I was watching yesterday where a guy was kind of holding an apple and he was kind of scraping the apple and there was this kind of little wax formation on the apple and he said, you know, all these like plastics that you're ingesting in your body and that kind of thing. And, you know, everybody have their position on the best way that the body should be, you know, should receive nutrition. But what's your thoughts on that with the issue of the pesticides?
Well, you raise a very important point. If the pesticides is an oily substance, like when you use a can of spray for bugs, and if you were to touch with the tip of your finger, you will see it oily, and you will see when you try to wash it off, it doesn't come off so easily.
Right.
That's because the pests destroy the crop, so the farmer cannot spray the crop 3-4 times or every week he have to spray it. So to make it in an oily substance that will preserve the food, that it will not be destroyed by the pest itself. So if they eat it, they will die. So therefore they don't eat it. If that does not take place, you and I, many people in the world will not be able to afford food because it will be more expensive for him to grow the crop. However, you have to find a source to emulsify oil because soap and water don't take it off. There is a lot of people make vegetable spray to wash off the pesticides, but it have side effects on it because when you read the bottle, it says if you swallow it, consult the closest poison center. So strong alkaline water, 11.5 water, emulsify oil, remove all the pesticides on the fruits and vegetables. You either buy the machine, I sell the water machine, and they can give it to you, or if you go to a spring, go to the cervix of the spring, all the way where the water is now gushing out. You can take that water and clean your food.
Okay.
And all the pesticides will be. You will see when the same apple you put it in a container of water for less than 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and you see the water turn yellow, it will take off all the pesticides away from it. All your bok choy and your spinach and everything, as you clean them, you will see all of the pesticides is in the water, the tomatoes and everything. It's so important to clean it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because usually when I buy fruits, I mean, I just under the water and I go on and I eat in it now. So, but everybody keep bringing up this issue with the pesticides, and I say, I had to ask you about that. The other one I wanted to ask you about, you have one of your products is weight management.
Yes.
All right. How? Yeah, one of them there, I think is that kind of purple.
This is it here.
Right. That's the purple. Right. Good. Weight management. Right.
Yeah.
Because we talk about the sugar blocker a lot.
Yes.
But that weight management product that you have there, you have a weight management and you have a fat burner.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Okay.
And they two, yeah.
It's two different things, but you got to use it if you want to lose the weight. Because 85% of people using weight loss program, it doesn't work all over the world. And people spend a lot of money. The fat burner literally burns the fat because it's a thermogenic product that will increase your temperature in the fat areas to 1.7 degrees higher. The fat management, the weight management, ignite your hormone GLP-1 and raise your adiponectin. Your adiponectin is what stores the fat in your system, especially the gut. So someone with low adiponectin have big belly and tend to be always fat, don't care what they do or they put in it on. When the adiponectin is at a high level, it means that the calories cannot be stored and turn into fat in the entire system. The great news with GLP-1, it means that if you're underweight, it will bring your weight based on your height to the normal BMI. And if you're overweight, it will reduce. That's why it's called weight management.
Oh, okay. So what in that little pack there?
Yes. Once a day.
Could manage your weight.
Manage your weight according to your height. So your correct BMI, you will achieve it. So that's some people underweight will use the same thing as if they're overweight.
Wow. All right.
But if you're underweight, you're not using the fat burner. That's why they come in two different packages.
Okay, so that's where the separation comes.
Here's the fat burner with the little peppery stuff.
Right, because you just feel that burning going down.
You feel that burning, yes.
You just feel the burning going down.
So you feel it, so you feel like you're losing it. So you use the restroom, and then you start to shed about half a pound to 1 pound a week. And then you go to that desired weight. Whenever you get the desired weight, you stop using the fat burner.
Right. And you use what? Just the sugar blocker?
You could use sugar blocker together with the alkaline package, the P84.
Okay.
That's the phytopower 1 and the phytopower 2.
All right. All right. So people, we just went through, outside of the sugar blocker, there is the weight management pack. There is the fat burning pack, and there are a few others there. But you could order them from Pastor John. It's very simple. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. It is 1516-286-7079. That is 1516-286-7079. You can give him a call on WhatsApp or message him on WhatsApp. He'll be happy to share whatever information that you need to make you comfortable or, with trying the product. And you could make that call today. You could message him today. And Pastor John is always willing to give you all the information that you need. And remember, the statements made about the products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, cure, or prevent any disease. All right? And that is just a disclaimer that we have to put out there. And I think we explained why a few segments back. But Pastor John, thanks a lot for joining us this morning, man.
Yes, and when you call, I could give you the Zoom link. I'm still teaching people all over the world. This weekend, I will be in Fort Lauderdale.
All right, nice, man.
And when I come back to Trinidad, I think I'm coming back to do missionary in October, so I could bring my scanner and test people who cannot afford, don't have enough money to pay doctors. They could come and see me. I'll give the location. I'll test you for free.
Okay, nice, man. All right, so we look forward to that. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yep, same here. All right, so that is Pastor John on the inside here. We're going to take our final break. When we come back from that break, we're going to wrap things up with the birthday. Stay tuned.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
The most powerful young astrologer form India, Master Sainath, will expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc. He can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +1 86831600148. Located in all over Trinidad.
Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 3886635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Barrel Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility, which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, so welcome back to Breaking Dawn. We got some birthdays before we close here this morning. So we're going to do those very quickly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so here we go. We would like to say happy 20th birthday going out to Carissa. Carissa, happy birthday to you, coming out from your mom, your dad, Chelsea, and Chloe. And they want you to know they love you a lot, and they wish you many more to come. So that is Carissa. Also, congratulations to Fazir and Amir Khan on their great performance in exams. Your parents said that they are extremely proud of you guys. Keep striving for excellence. And what great young men you're turning out to be. Hope you both continue to make us proud, coming from your mom, your dad, and the entire family, and of course, the director. Director Saidi boy. Also, we got to say happy birthday going out to Fareed Hanif, who is celebrating his birthday today. This is coming from Uncle Dave, Auntie Suzanne, and Sean, and wishing him God's richest blessings and a very awesome day. Nice one. Also, coming from just now, happy birthday to Kiara. Happy 7th birthday going out to Kiara, coming from your mommy and granny, wishing you all God's blessings forever. So, Kiara, happy birthday to you. And she celebrates her birthday tomorrow. They put that lower dog. Her birthday is the 21st of August. All right. Also, what we got here? Ah, boy. Look him now, Game of Thrones. Chef Shiraz, boy. The chef celebrates his birthday today. Easy there. Tywin Lannister. All right. Greetings and pleasant good morning. Happy birthday going out to Chef Shiraz. All right. He wants to thank his maker for giving him the opportunity to celebrate another year. He would also like to say thanks to his immediate family, his children, siblings, his culinary team, Synergy TV, and the viewers for their support. And he says, if we are not grateful and thankful in life, then we don't believe in God. I just want to say, once we understand how to love unconditionally and give unconditionally, then ourselves, our community, our country, and the world will be a better place. Chef Shiraz. Nice one. Chef! Oh, God, Chef, I didn't want to do it, you know, but he insists. Only he insisted, you know. He insisted that we eat a little birthday cake Friday. Yeah. So, we know we get some birthday cake Friday, Chef. What we gonna do? I mean, I'm not supposed to, but Chef is my boy. You understand? I'll eat a piece of cake with him. And of course, we got to say good morning. Stefan, just want to wish my daughter Shakila a very happy, blessed birthday. All right? So, Shakila, happy birthday to you. All right? Coming down from your parents, from your mom, Giselle, and of course, the rest of your family. All right? And we got one more birthday that we must do. We got to say happy birthday to Mr. William Monroe. Yay! He celebrates his birthday today, the 20th of August. So he and Chef is the same day. Wow. 2 Leos. All right? So I want to say happy birthday to Mr. Monroe. We wish him many, many more. And I know that, well, he's not going to tune in until after 8. Well, we are after 8. He does usually catch a repeat because he's up doing his morning prayers and stuff regularly. And I know he done put in a prayer for me already. All right, and God knows I need some prayers. But to Mr. Monroe, from the director, the cameraman here in studio, all of us at Synergy TV, and on behalf of all your friends, happy birthday. Enjoy the day. And of course, he is currently involved very heavily in the Divine Harmony show that will be coming to Trinidad and Tobago in the first ever. It's a choir competition, $100,000 up for grabs, and there's so much information that I have to give on that. But we're still early. From next month we'll get into more as we enter into the promotion with it. But Divine Harmony is big choir competition, This year it is local, but next year he's looking to expand it regionally and internationally. And yeah, man, now he's more involved with his church and things like that. And, you know, Soca Monarch is way, way, way in his rearview mirror. All right? But happy birthday to you, and enjoy it, my brother. And, you know, long life, and good health and strength. And as we close this morning, as we celebrate birthdays, I must make mention of the passing of Ronnie Pie. Right? Ronnie Pie, a lot of people who watch this program will know, are saying Ronnie Pie because all in one Tragreed Road, fellas, you know the green pie place? That is Ronnie Pie. Right? His brother Barry passed away a few years ago. But Ronnie was a very, very close friend to my father. And Ronnie Pie passed away, I think today's Wednesday on Monday. And that was a big shock to me. I know he was in his 70s and thing and he was aging. But I talked to Ronnie Saturday. Saturday, Ronnie Pie and I were on Lewis Street. And we was talking because we bounced up each other there. And, you know, like I say, I had to take a little moment here because Ronnie Pie and that pie place is one of the landmarks of Port of Spain. Everybody know about that pie place. From years upon years upon years. That's where you used to go and get your beef pie, your potato pie, Ronnie Pie, by Ronnie Pie and them, right? That was one of the most famous pie places. As a matter of fact, that is the first time that I ever met Ronnie Pie. Is my father, when I came to live in St. James, and I was living with my father, and I started working with my father, he took me there with some of the other workers to grab some pie and thing now. And I remember he walking in that morning, he said, come, you want a pie? You're going to need pie. And them fellas in the back, I said, pie? I said, here they sell pie. And the fellas in the back, Ishmael and them, horse and them, who dead and gone. They say, oh, you mean that the best pie? That Ronnie Pie, man. That Ronnie and them. And my father carried me inside. And he said, Ronnie. And Ronnie answered, he said, dog. Because I have a father nickname. He said, super. And he said, fix up the puppy here. And he said, yeah, no problem. What the puppy want? And I tell him, I say, I'm going to take a beef with thing, and it had all the little sauces and the dressing and thing. And that's the first time I ever meet Ronnie Pie. And after that, any time Ronnie Pie see me, it's like he see my father. You know what I mean? And we always used a little chat and thing for a few moments and that kind of thing, talk football and that kind of thing. And he used to give my father a real talk. Eh? When football talk come up, he used to tell my father, it wasn't good. But when he talking to me, he used to say, your father was real good. Eh? You understand me? He's a babagai old man, you know what I mean? But I them and the old tests and how they used to do it, boy. But that's how I met Ronnie, and it was so ironic that I saw him on Saturday, and we talked for about 10 minutes, boy. And then I bust out and went my way, and he went his way. And then to hear Monday that he passed away I mean, I couldn't believe it because, I just talked to this man. So, I just want to mention this very quickly here. I know I'm out of time. But, you see that era with those guys, my father and Ronnie Pie and them old testers, them fellas understand life. And I'm saying this to the younger generation. If you know anybody in the 60s and the 70s and things, start talking to them. They'll give you a different, they'll save you real time. And they'll give you a different perspective and understanding of life. That older generation, priceless. When it comes to information on life, just life and living. You know what I mean? And I am very glad that I got the opportunity to meet and know Ronnie Pie. I didn't know his brother too much, Barry. I know Barry on and off, but Ronnie is the one I used to see regularly. And, well, I guess all the old testers gathering together in a different place now, and they're probably taking a sweat on our field in a different place now. But Ronnie, you're going to be missing, my brother. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I would imagine the pie place might, I don't know if it might close down or whatever the case might be, but that, you know what I mean, that there for years, man. For years. All right, so I don't know when the funeral will be. I haven't heard anything yet. I will check with my neighbor, Neil White, who was very close with him as well. But yeah, boy, the old Tesses and the generation just changing over. You know what I mean? And that's life. That change over now, generations, and they will be missed because that era, you see, that era, those guys were different, you know, and respected them. We out until tomorrow, people. Have a great day.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.